Hello, welcome to another episode of Rap Reviews with your researcher of the day, Romano, and my two co-hosts, Chris and Kieran.
Hey.
Howdy, y'all.
How you going?
You guys good?
I'm pretty good.
You guys,
Doing well.
you guys ready?
Always ready.
Ready for what?
Born
Romano?
ready.
Ready for the song. You guys already know it because you guessed it when I was telling you a definition.
Mm-hmm.
What is it? What's the song?
Hootie ho!
By OutKast.
That is correct. That's correct, guys. It's Hootie Hoo. One of my favorite OutKast songs. It's hard to choose. It's like choosing your favorite child. But yeah, this is it. You guys want to just do it?
Let's get
Yeah,
stuck
I'm
in.
down.
Okay, so it starts off with Hootie Hoo. And that means Hootie Hoo is a call used by the host or hosts of a party to let everyone know that the party's being busted up and they need to get the fuck out.
I need to start remembering. We'll start doing that.
Yeah.
If you're having a party and it's getting bad, Hootie Hoo.
Everyone
what-
vacate.
Yeah.
So that's what people yell when they want people to
Apparently
leave.
so, yeah. I learned it in Bad Neighbors, the movie. And then also I did a bit of a research before we started. And yeah, that is apparently something
the
you can
thing.
call out.
Instead of just telling people to leave. You just
Yeah, it's cool. I wish we knew that back in Perth in house parties. That would have been cool to get everyone on board with something that's like, fuck, we got to go. But
It sounds like something like an Austrian maid would scream at the top of the mountains just to echo it throughout the Swiss Alps.
It does sound very European, does it? Something.
yeah, I wonder how they got to Hootie Hoo. Anyway, let's begin. Follow the funk from the skunk and the dank that is crunk in the dungeon. What do you guys reckon that means?
Is he trying to tell? Is this Andre 3000 or Big Boy?
It's
rapping
Andre,
at the
I
minute?
believe, at the start, yep.
So Andre's trying to tell us to follow our nose, and our nose in this case would be following a particular scent of, is it marijuana?
Oh, yeah, I think skunk
Yeah, skunk.
and dank and crunk are all basically words for weed.
So they use all three in the
Yeah, I guess it was like, yeah, well, you follow the funk from the skunk. So yeah, follow the smell from the
Yeah.
weed and the dank that is crunk. So it's like good weed
Yeah.
in the dungeon. And do you guys know what the dungeon is?
He refers to the dungeon a lot on this album, Southern Playlistic Cadillac
He does.
Music.
Yeah, and I actually I always thought it was just because he refers to it in lots of the OutKast songs actually, but I always just thought it was somewhere where they got high. But it's actually the Dungeon Family is a hip hop, R&B, soul musical collaborative based in Atlanta, Georgia, and specializes in southern hip-hop with a heavy funk and soul influence. The group derives its name from the Dungeon, the name given to the record producer Rico Wade's studio located in his basement of his mum's house,
Oh.
while many of the early members recorded there.
Sick,
nice.
so like grassroots hip hop.
Yeah, so there you go. The Dungeon is actually like their like little home-built studio where they all kind of began. A lot of the Atlanta guys.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
So fun fact.
Good
eh?
fact.
Yeah. It goes on and on like that. Goes out to the Jeeps and the hoes and the lat.
Is he giving shout outs to all the hustlers out there?
I think so. And
Sounds like he is. Yeah.
yeah. Going out to the Jeeps and the hoes and the lack. Lack, obviously.
But what's the Jeeps? What do you mean the Jeeps?
Yeah, I don't actually quite know that. It was hard to research because researching Jeeps, you just get Jeeps.
Do you think it's maybe
Jeep
a play on
Cherokee.
like G's instead of using the term G's, which maybe he sees as overused? He's, I don't know, creating his own new nickname for the homies, for his mates, the Jeeps.
By calling them a Jeep.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, well, because they're just rugged, solid-built guys.
Oh, yeah. Okay, that makes sense. Yeah.
Yeah, that's
Sounds like a bit of an advertisement for Jeep.
Have you ever driven a Jeep Cherokee?
Can't say I have, no.
They're pretty solid. Really solid vehicles. that would make sense.
yeah, and the hoes and the lack, I think it's just the girls in the car because the album is Southern Playalistic
Yeah.
Cadillac music, so they often refer to their Cadillac. All right. Suki, all day, every damn day.
Suki, he's talking about it every day, as in it's probably something that's cropping up in everyday life for OutKast. But what is Suki?
I know, like
Yeah.
Suki, Urban Dictionary. It's in Japanese it can mean several things, but most commonly referred to as word like and sometimes love. So love every day, all day, every day. I think is kind of, from what I could tell, I don't know.
Sandra's just a really worldly guy, and he just wants people to spread that love that's out there in everyone's hearts.
I guess so.
He
Yeah,
seems like a
'cause
pretty positive guy compared to like
Other rappers.
The other rappers we've sort of been doing the last few weeks. I
Yeah,
think.
Andre, he seems like a great bloke. Like
a really positive message all the time.
I would love to hang out with
Yeah.
Andre 3000. Yeah. That'd be sick.
Not that I wouldn't want to hang out with the other
rappers, that's
that
true,
would be,
but
Not that we wouldn't want to hang out with Ja Rule.
But Andre is
Ja Rule would be number one on the list. We all know it.
Yeah.
All right, we all know
Jar's 1, Andre 2nd.
it. Yeah.
All right, cool. I'll be thinking about the good old days when I was a whippersnapper. Used to try to get a kiss, but now I'll be them draws I'm after.
Well, I know whippersnapper means someone who's like young, right?
Sounds like a baby boomer term for how they describe the younger generation.
But they usually say whippersnippers.
Yeah, well, I guess
That's it's the same thing.
Yeah,
isn't it?
the Wikipedia definition is a young and unexperienced person considered to be presumptuous or overconfident.
Yeah.
So he was overconfident trying to pull girls, and now he's saying that he's, gone through his trials and tribulations, and he's able to...
He's matured. Yeah.
Yeah.
He's learned. Yeah, exactly. Which I think is cool, like him saying, referring to a time where he wasn't as cool as he is now.
Yeah, he's
really-
he's humble. He knows
yeah.
he knows where he's come from.
He's not afraid to talk about the past.
What sort of person was he in the past? I don't actually know too much.
Well, I don't know,
about
but
his
like
past,
whippersnapper, he's admitted the fact that he was a little bit
Mm.
unexperienced and a little bit overconfident.
Yeah.
And
He was just like you and me.
yeah, us now. Maybe we'll never grow out of it.
I think we'll always be whippersnappers.
I feel like I'm always going to be a whippersnapper. Yeah.
Yeah.
Used to try to get a kiss, but now I'll be the draws I'm after. Well, that's the next one.
So the draws I'm after, he's upgrading from just a simple kiss on the lips to actually wanting a bit more, to take off someone's drawers, to take off their underwear and, really
Go all the way.
hit the
Yeah.
jackpot.
Yeah, you go to Pound Town. I think it's just like, when you're younger, kissing girls is like a big deal. And then when you get a little bit older, fornicating with girls becomes a bigger deal.
Oh, I certainly found that. I don't know about
Yeah.
you guys.
I think
but
maybe finger fucking is like in between the two, It goes
well-
from kissing to trying to finger fuck, and then you go into the
You
closing the deal.
you
to
go
go
from finger banging at the blue light disco to coitus.
Yeah,
Well, to go with the traditional analogy, it's baseball. You've got first base, second base,
Yeah.
third base, and
And the home
Andre
run.
now is hitting those homers.
That's what he's talking about. Which terminology we don't really use in Australia a whole lot, but I wish we did. I love he got to third base last night.
Bring it back, I say.
Yeah, so
I think I still feel like people use it, but probably not as much.
Yeah.
But, yeah.
here would be like, I fucking finger fucked her.
Yeah, you're just straight to the point. You don't even like.
There's no subtext involved.
There's no subtlety. It's just like you say exactly what you did in the most proudest way possible.
I'm just a southern playalistic pimp. I used to sling fat rock, but now I'm serving hemp.
So it sounds like he's almost kind of gone backwards
Yeah.
in his what would, I guess, be considered the general path of a drug dealer, to start with smaller things like remember Freddie Gibbs was rapping about moving from dime bags to
Yeah, moving
like
his
dealing
way
crack
up.
cocaine and whatnot, but it looks like he started
He's done the
heavy
opposite. Yeah.
and gone the opposite way. That's just because that's the way Andre rolls.
And he probably realized that maybe crack is like, it's not good for the community. Like
Yeah.
maybe, but weed, fucking pretty harmless in my opinion.
Absolutely
We're having a real pro weed stance on this show, I think. But
necessary.
yeah,
Nothing wrong with that.
we're going to talk about a lot of it over the course of however long we do this show.
Yeah.
It's a common theme in rap, smoking weed. We just got to use
So
it.
it found, yeah.
Pretty sure it's been mentioned in every single track we've done so far.
And now that I've been like, listening out for songs that I want to do, I'm like, fuck, it gets mentioned a lot.
Yeah.
I've never even smoked a gram of crack, but yo, I'm dope. More doper than a junkie or a pokey, cause it's on.
So he's never needed to actually indulge in the products that he's selling or that the members in his community are selling in order to realize what it does to a community, but also to gain the level of cool that maybe drug users or drug dealers have.
That's a lot of self-control as well, to be in that environment and be around that all the time, but never have
Indulging
done it.
himself, yeah. It's
Like,
true.
Pat on the back, Andre.
yeah, a lot of respect. for
100%. Because, it might have been a bad turn for him if he got into the crack.
Yeah.
He might not be able to do what he did.
No.
No, not at all.
All right. The pokey thing, I don't get. It could be a reference to Pookie from New Jack City, which is a fairly famous movie.
The line again about the pokey? What's
You're doper than a junkie or a pokey because it's on.
Oh, okay. Yeah, no.
But I think Pookie was a junkie in the movie New Jack City, from
Okay.
my recollection. I've only seen it once.
And he's saying he's doper than them, who are obviously filled with dope.
Yeah. There you go. So each one, teach one. I'll be claiming true to the East Point and College Park and the things I used to do.
Okay, I know you guys were talking about this before. So these are areas in Atlanta, right?
That is correct. Yeah.
Okay, so
And both of those actually being referenced in the Freddie Gibbs song, I believe.
Yeah, possibly.
I think it was East Point and College Park.
Frequently mentioned in OutKast songs. That's how I recognize it when you said those two definitions.
So probably like their stomping grounds
Mm.
as whippersnappers.
So are they sort of like the Long Beach of Atlanta? Would that be like a certain area where
Yeah, it's
there's a
just-
lot of this, this rap culture sort of like...
I think so. Yeah, I assume so. Around ATL, so he just basically said it. Yeah, home of the pimps and the money makers, club, Magic City, and them Southern players.
He's setting the scene of Atlanta that it's full of hustlers
Yeah.
like himself. People that are out to screw you, but also people that are out to just make an honest buck.
Just
Yeah.
make money,
Yeah, make it through basically, by any means necessary. I never said I was a gangster, but I will do ya. So hallelujah, hallelujah.
So yeah, it kind of sounds like, I don't know, that he is sort of going that backward route where he's saying, like, I'm not a gangster, but doesn't mean you shouldn't,
You shouldn't fuck with him.
You
No,
shouldn't
he's
mess
not,
with me.
he's
you know?
not to be messed with.
Yeah, I think push
Yeah.
comes to shove, like which I also really like about the song. That line is like, you hear so much this gangster rap, like people saying that they're like Al Capone and stuff. Like,
Yeah.
he's like, no, I'm not a gangster, but don't fuck with me because it will end up badly for you.
Yeah.
Mm.
I think that's pretty cool.
I think you've
he's-
nailed it on the head there, Amana.
Oh, thank you. I've listened to this song quite a bit. For one of the players at the cribs, drinking drinks, and 2 is for the sound Hootie Hoo that I make.
So now he's describing the party scene at Atlanta.
Yeah.
And obviously, when it goes bad,
Hootie hoo!
Hootie Hoo, everyone's got to get the fuck out of there.
I'm gonna
Have
start
you
using
have
that
you been
term.
to Atlanta? Because I know you've been to America. So I mean,
No, I was planning on going there, but just didn't get around to it. I would love to go to Atlanta.
Yeah, it seems like a pretty cool city. from
Oh,
what I've
I'd
heard,
love to go one of these days. So it's this Hootie Hoo, tight like hallways, smoked out always. Hootie Hoo is in the background. Yeah, Hootie Hoo. Big boy on my left, Andre's on my right. Tight like hallways, smoked out always.
Tight like hallways. So obviously the housing in Atlanta doesn't allow for much room in these hallways. So his analogy is that he's tight like a hallway.
And I think between him and Big Boy, their relationship is tight. I think. maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So it's like a double
yeah.
meaning.
Yeah, and then
So,
like
yeah.
they're
Because
always.
then he says he's his right hand man.
Yeah, which is fucking sick because it's like, Big Boy on my left, and then Big Boy says Andre on my right. Yeah, cool. Now this is Big Boy's bit. Now playing these bitches is my favorite sport, but ain't no game when they be calling your name in the court.
Fuck, I have no idea.
I know that one. I just don't know.
Because the second line sort of like
It ain't
put
a
me
game
off.
when
I didn't know.
It sounds like he's building himself up to say like he can get any girl he wants, but then he kind of just drags it back and says, no, actually, when push comes to shove and your name is getting read up there in court, that the ways of your gangster life.
Yeah, and maybe when he's referring to bitches, he's not actually referring to females, but just like other people. Like,
Yeah. Actually, yeah, I totally saw it in the bitch sort of I don't know, angle. I didn't even realize he could have just been talking about people in general.
Yeah, just like weak dudes, basically. I
Yeah.
guess, yeah.
Mm.
Yeah, do you reckon that's it? Do you think we'll
Yeah,
call-
no, I reckon
so,
that's
yeah.
now that makes a lot more sense. to
That was,
what I
it was a
thinking,
fair
yeah.
crack. I think we did pretty good there.
Yeah. But how we've said before, we always get a lot of this stuff wrong. So I mean, guys, feel free to email us.
Hit us
Yeah,
up.
please. We're not perfect. Like we are fallible creatures.
Oh, very
who do
fallible.
make
I feel
mistakes.
like
from time to
99% of
time.
what I say is incorrect. So I mean, just do not
Joel,
hesitate.
I'm not going to agree with you, but
No, what I say is incorrect. I'm
no,
not
I
talking
don't
about
want to
it.
agree with you.
Oh, you don't want to agree with me?
But I'll wink. It's Saturday night, and I guess that makes it all right. Got an obese 20 sack, fully packed, and it's so tight.
20 sack, and he's referring to it as a base. Is this a bag of marijuana or some other kind of drug that's really?
I think so. Yeah, I think
fatly packed
I
and-
think because all the weed references, I think he's referring to marijuana.
yeah.
It's a Saturday night, and he's just going to smoke and chill.
Yeah, that's a Saturday. I guess he's content with chilling on a Saturday, and he's got a fucking good wick. The
Mm.
20 bag is packed, which is always good to get.
Yeah, sounds like a good night.
Yeah. It's busting out the seams. Yes, sir. I'm set. That was the continuation of so. It's just a fucking big bag.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Clearly, he's
Again,
giving
with
us
the, he
visual,
really likes talking about this bag. Yeah.
visual imagery of little crumbs of weed literally pushing through the seams.
Oh, but let me tuck my 380 before I jet.
380.
So he knows, is 380 a reference to a gun?
A gun,
Yeah.
I believe so, yep.
So he knows what the streets of Atlanta are like, and maybe by this stage they'd gained a bit of notoriety. So knowing that people might be out to get him, he has to pack heat.
He's fucking battle ready.
Mm.
Case
Yeah.
anything goes down.
Yeah, I think it's just like a precautionary, like before I leave the house, make sure I have
But he's
my
still
gun.
not a gangster. Let's remember that.
Yeah.
It's self-protection. As a
Self-protection,
lot of
yeah.
gun nuts in America would say, well, that's why we've got guns, to protect us from other people.
Yeah.
Let's not get into that again.
That's
Fucking every week we're going to have a discussion about
I just had to hold myself back because I was like, as soon as I say this next word, it's just gonna it's gonna go on for another 20 minutes. So let's just like move.
Protect the right to bear arms.
Not offending any American viewers out there.
No, of course not. I mean,
No, we would never understand because guns aren't
Legal
in Australia.
They were at one time. We had a mass shooting, and then
They were quickly banned.
Well-
old mate John Howard was like, maybe not. Maybe not have these guns around.
they are legal.
If you have a farm and stuff, and you got a
No.
license and things.
You can get a license without a farm, though.
Yeah, that's true. But
not as easily accessible to the masses as they are in America. Like
No,
you can't
no,
pop,
of course.
you
You
can't
can't go
pop down to the Walmart.
it's not like a
No,
21
no,
waiting.
gun.
No,
Yeah,
no.
21 day waiting thing, and you got a gun.
Mm.
All right. Hop off in the lack with big grip. You got a light Hootie Hoo conversation device. Donut went off twice.
He's riding in the Cadillac, and obviously something's maybe upset him or just put him out of the party mood, and he wants to scream Hootie Hoo.
I guess so. Yeah, and also big grip. Oh, someone with lots of money, pimp, hustler, or drug dealer.
Would this be in reference to the little grip that they have on wads of cash?
Yeah, maybe actually. I'm not sure, but yeah. Hop off the lack with big grip. You got a light Hootie Hoo communication device done went off twice.
So Hootie Hoo is the communication device that they use to kind of end an awkward situation or bring things to a wrap.
I guess so. Maybe like the cops are coming, so he was rocking up to the party with big grip. Maybe he's talking about Andre because it's like just a pimp or rich like hustler kind of dude. And then they hear the Hootie Hoo, and then they bounce.
It's just a way to get the fuck out of there, I guess, and just wrap things up. Yeah.
Yeah, but then you get, should I answer the call? Yes, I'm macking them all. We met them all up in the mall. Recall players ball. Well, it's players ball too, so I guess I'll call you.
So a female or group of females is calling Big Boy right now and telling him that they should rendezvous at the mall. Players Ball, I know, is a song that's off
This same
Southern
album.
Playlistic Cadillac music, but
A previous song, I guess.
so he's referring you to another
to a
song,
which I love.
just referencing a whole entire song in one line.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I think he's saying that like they're pimps, and if you weren't aware of it, make sure go back, check Players Ball. It's proof that they're pimps.
And then come back and
Right,
listen to
yeah,
this.
it's a good-
And it's like yeah, it's a continuation.
It's pretty good PR technique, I think.
I think it's great. It's also
Yeah.
like a
Good
sequel.
PR reference and like a solid reference to reference yourself.
Yeah.
That shows a
yeah.
lot of confidence
On
in
the
your own
same
work.
fucking album as well.
Without
Like-
seeming too arrogant.
Mm.
He did it in a very smooth way.
Yeah, it's like just it's brilliant. Later on, then your whole crew can fall through. Now later on, done got here.
Your whole crew can fall through.
I don't
Do you
know.
think he's he's inviting everyone to come, or
But then as soon as he screams Hootie Hoo,
Everyone has to get out. So
everyone's going to bail and the crew falls in.
but this is like I guess like the next. This is after the first Hootie.
Oh,
Hoo.
okay,
Yeah,
yeah,
so
yeah.
like they've gone to the mall.
Oh, so maybe he didn't like the vibe of the first situation he was in. He puts out the call, Hootie Hoo, no worries, everyone dissipates. And then he comes back with a more suitable bunch of people or people that he wants to hang out with. And now he's he's ready at any time to call Hootie Hoo if he's bored of these people.
I don't think you just call Hootie Hoo when you're having a bad time and you just tell everyone to leave.
I thought that was his communication device, just like, shit, I'm out of here, Hootie Hoo. Everyone, get the fuck out.
Maybe. We don't know. We'll have to... Big boy.
If you've ever been in a bad situation and screamed Hootie Hoo, please write into us.
Yeah. And tell us what the effects are. What happens?
Do people actually disappear?
Yeah. I feel like if we did in Australia, everyone would stay exactly
Yeah,
where they were.
people would just be like, no, that's all right.
Everyone would kind of raise their eyebrows to you and be like, what is this fucking dickhead talking about?
Oh, someone would be like, yeah, I like that song.
Oh, you're going to play Hootie Hoo? Cool.
Yeah.
Where are we at? It takes a peek. Now let me see. What do we got here? Draws falling down like in a drive-by. So I think, this is like when they met up with the girls. So they have invited their whole crew.
Yeah.
And now like Big Boy and Andre are fucking going to town.
Yeah, draws dropping down like people in a drive-by is a metaphor for... Is it a metaphor or a simile? I think it's a simile.
I'm never too good with those two ones, you know.
No,
I think it's a simile. It's a simile.
My high school English teacher would be fucking spitting at this podcast because they're really going to be listening to it right now.
We're going to throw a shout out to them because we're doing it every other time. I guess so. Like, they're just killing it. And I got up in them drawers and told her bye-bye.
Yeah, so he's just he's done a dash and what's it got? Smash and dash.
Smash and dash.
Smash and dash.
Yeah, he's basically fornicated and told her to get the fuck out. Which is rough, but that's a single life, I guess. Yeah. Girls do it too.
It's all part of the come
Probably more than dudes.
The load and leave.
I don't know. I'm not sure about that. But we're going to assume it's a 50-50 because equality and whatnot.
Let's assume it's exactly 50-50.
Dude, in my experiences, I'm going to say probably more. Anyway, let's not talk about my sad sexual life.
No, let's go on, right?
Yeah. All right, for the next 20 minutes, I'm going to talk about all my...
Please tell us intricate details.
About 2 weeks later, she called me with some bullshit talking about how a period late. Guess what I did? Click. Nah, it couldn't be me. Not me.
Oh, no. The period's late. You start freaking out. Have you got this girl pregnant?
She's claiming that he might have knocked her up.
And this is why I love OutKast. They rap about things that you and I can really relate to.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Super relatable.
Knock on wood. Never knocked up a girl.
I don't think that's wood.
I don't know if this is wood, actually.
It's not wood.
Fuck.
Knock on my head or whatever.
Let's get some wood in here.
The cardboard was previously wood.
Yeah, I guess that counts. I think this chair's got some wood in it. Not the cushion.
It's got to make contact with wood. You can't just...
Fuck, so it can't be through a cushion.
No, but this is wood here.
All right, all superstition aside,
we got some wood on us. Yeah,
I think at least all three of us and probably most of our listeners have been in a situation where
if any of our listeners, yeah.
our listener Jarul has been in a situation where a girl that you've been seeing or dating or just porking on the regular has missed like the date or the window where her period usually is, and you seriously think that you might be having to head down the path of an abortion or the path of being a father.
I love how that was great.
Yeah.
Well, I think that's how fucking Big Boy feels. I think he's like, we're gonna have to abort it, or I'm just gonna literally neglect you. He's just hung up the phone on her essentially. Like, what's that? Your period's like, see ya.
Moving to Los Angeles. See you later.
Hootie Hoo, the chorus, obviously. And
that's fucking good timing on the Hootie Hoo. Hootie Hoo's just to get everyone to disappear, and he's just like,
get out.
Hootie Hoo, wiping his hands clean. I'm out of here.
It's so true. It actually does relate to it all, doesn't it? Like, just one of those things. Like, fuck, call Hootie Hoo on a girl that you're seeing.
Just text message her, Hootie Hoo.
Yeah, you have to leave and don't come back. We getting blizzard because we got that chicken gizzard.
Getting blizzard,
I think refers to getting high.
Yeah. And the chicken gizzard, what does that refer to?
It's a dish, actually. I did some research. Hey, I want to try it out.
Yeah.
Maybe it's a delicacy.
It could be fucking lovely. You don't know. The boys love it, so I'm sure we might like it.
I reckon there's some good chicken gizzard recipes online. Actually, if anyone's got a good chicken gizzard recipe, please send it
Just
through.
email it in.
Yeah. Once again, there's no email address to send it to.
No, but by the time they hear this, there will be an email address.
Will there be? Because in all of the episodes previously, we haven't actually said the thing. So it's
No, but maybe we'll put in the description for every episode when they record. I mean, like download it. Yeah.
yeah, okay. That's
No?
an idea.
Okay.
Maybe we'll talk about that not while we're recording. In the dungeon and the scoop, but some of you can't cope with it.
So referring to this dungeon again, where they do their recording,
Yep.
was that something about a scoop?
In the dungeon and scoop, but some of you can't cope with it.
So do you reckon he's saying that people are jealous that they're in the in the studio recording these fucking hits?
That is actually I think that's a good guess. It's better than what I was going to go up with, but yeah. I think
Go on. I'm curious. What have you got?
No, I literally didn't have anything.
Oh.
So yeah, like thanks for exposing me. Cunt.
Poking holes in your weak facade there, Romano.
Yeah, I should have had something. What about you, Chris? Let's throw you under the bus.
To be honest, I was not listening. So
Interrogation spotlight is on here, Chris.
if you could just repeat it again, actually.
Nah, fuck it. Kieran got it right. Well, as far as we're concerned. So Opie, hip hop in the front to the back, and it don't stop. Opie, I do have a definition. A nickname that is typically used by blacks to refer to any white male.
Why is that?
I don't know, dude. I didn't.
Oh, so maybe
I got that on Urban Dictionary. Which
is
is
this-
always a trusted source.
Always a good source.
Ken111, December. It's been up since 2005, so fuck. And he's gotten 202 likes, but
So it must
97 dislikes.
No, but that's you've got to go by the
Yeah.
ratio. If the ratio is better, usually you're
positive.
good. Yeah.
is that how Urban Dictionary works?
The viewers of Urban Dictionary don't hold back, and like I think that if you've got more likes on your definition, the discerning eyes of Urban Dictionary will cast their judgment. And in this case, I reckon the judgment's correct. And I'm thinking that this might refer to, is this Big Boy or Andre 3000?
I'm pretty sure this is Big Boys.
So Big Boy is describing another party situation where there's white dudes from, what did he say, from wall to back?
So
Or
hip
from,
hop.
and then is the next line something about Hootie who?
Well, it's from the streets of ATL to the slums of College Park. So not really.
Oh, okay. Maybe I thought he was maybe referring to white hip hop that he really didn't like that was coming out of Atlanta at the time, and he was about to call a Hootie Who.
Yeah, but what other white hip hop coming out of? Do you guys want to hear it's pretty actually? This is a pretty funny definition. This modern usage of Opie is most likely derived from the character of Opie Taylor, played by Ron Howard, on the Andy Griffith Show, who was a hick son of a hick sheriff in a hick town called Mayberry. I just love it. So much hick.
So much.
Nah, I can't.
Yeehaw.
So God Almighty, no, it's OutKast for the 94 era.
Maybe he's saying that their hip hop shines above all this fucking cracker music, all this Opie music.
Yeah.
You know,
I
I've
guess
never
so.
heard that for I've heard Cracker for us, but I've never heard Opie.
Do you know where cracker comes from?
No, I don't actually.
I only found this out the other day. I thought it referred to like crackers, like actual like crackers that you eat.
That's what
Like-
I would have thought.
No, it's not. It's got to do with back in the day, in the slave days, the white owners would have whips and they would crack them, like crack the whips.
Ah.
So that's where it actually comes from. Yeah.
Man, real heavy term.
Yeah.
Fuck, that is super heavy. Like,
Yeah.
I always thought we got off light with Cracker, but
No,
not
that's right.
really.
No,
Hey?
they're referring to the fucking shit things that we've done in the past.
Fuck, we come off bad in that, don't we?
It's definitely not good PR for white people. I can tell you that.
Us whites, we got up to a whole bunch of just shit stuff back in
Yeah.
the day. Still probably now.
Oh, definitely.
Definitely still
Yeah.
now, yeah. But fuck me. You heard the players call. We taking it to another level. So hala, lala, hala. Let me get the swallow of that Martell, and you may go to hell.
Martell. What does it mean by Martell?
Martell a drink?
Is a drink, yeah.
Yeah.
It's a liquor.
Okay.
So, is it Big Boy still rapping? He's sounding the horn, making the call.
Yeah.
And I think they're just celebrating with some Martell.
Yeah, exactly. I think that's it.
It's just good celebrations.
No need to look into that anymore.
Who?
Set sail with the from ATL, Southwest, that is. It's the southern seas in your chest, that is.
Southern seas in your chest. Is that referring to some sort of marijuana term? Like he's smoking it in and it's going in your chest? Or am I completely off the mark there?
That's a pretty good guess, though. I would
That's a
think
good
so,
guess, yeah, because I had nothing. Because the set sails with from ATL, Southwest, that is like, yeah,
Referring
hang
to
out
Big
with,
Boy and
yeah,
Rondo.
hang
Yeah,
out with,
yeah.
him. But yeah, maybe the South Seas in your chest, that is. That probably makes sense, unless it's like referring to like getting shot in the chest. But I think with like the ongoings of the rest of the song, the weed thing makes more sense.
Yeah.
They don't
Yeah.
really seem to like they're gangster in the song, but they're not glorifying the violence like a
Yeah,
lot of
yeah.
West Coast hip hop did around that time.
Or even East Coast, yeah,
Mm.
yeah, exactly. Like that's what I love. Like OutKast aren't really super violent.
No,
people,
not at
like,
all,
in
yeah.
any way. Like
Except there's one song off the album, my favorite song off the album, "Ain't No Thang," which is
ain't no
super
thing like a
gangster.
chicken leg.
yeah.
That is a fucking dope song. This whole album is insane, in my opinion. Like,
one of my favorite hip hop albums. of
oh
all time.
yeah, yeah. It's in certain terms of consistency. This is very serious for us. We're actually like almost reviewing something at this point.
Yeah.
but like, yeah, in terms of consistency, it's one of the more consistent albums I've ever heard.
I'd agree with you there.
Yeah, cool. Chris isn't because he's probably never heard it.
I haven't actually heard it, no.
Yeah.
I've heard this track that we're... I haven't
We're-
heard Ain't No Thing, but I've heard the track that we're talking about now. So
Yeah.
I feel like I haven't really been exposed to OutKast that much, to be
Oh, it's
honest.
so good.
But the way that you guys seem
Gloating.
really passionate about it.
Oh,
feel like
yeah. I think it's one of those things.
A lot of people probably came onto OutKast when they released "Hey Ya,"
Which I defend is still a good song.
Oh, it's a
Yeah,
great
it's a
song,
club
but
song.
it's so different to their early stuff like Southern Player and
I-
Aquenamai. And
Yeah, and
Well, are you saying-
ATLians?
ATLians.
Are you saying the earlier stuff was what, like a lot more like rougher or raw?
It was just a more, like, a little bit more kind of, I don't know, it's different, hey, because it's, like,
it was street as opposed
Yeah.
to
and it was
pop.
also very
Okay,
underground. Like, their first big album, I think, was, what's it called? Stankotonia?
Yeah, San Antonio. Yeah.
Which was, like, their first big album.
Yeah.
And they had, like, Miss Jackson on it and stuff like that.
It's funny you say that for someone who's not really been exposed to much of their stuff and has only really heard the recent sort of tracks they've released. When you chose this track, I was a bit like, oh, okay, he's choosing a pop band. Like,
Yeah, well, which
but
is, like...
that just shows that I'm naive. Like, I don't know enough about
But not only that,
them,
like a lot of people in the same sentiment, whereas
Yeah,
like
yeah.
they were like towards the end of their career, they had these real like Speakerbox and The Love Below were very fucking popular albums.
Yeah.
Beautiful
But
album still though.
Still, like I say that all of their albums are still good. Like they're just different. They
Yeah,
just
yeah.
They evolved.
they evolved definitely.
They're
over
like
time.
the Beatles of hip hop.
Oh, 100%. Like
They changed.
yeah, and all of their albums, in my opinion, are fucking dope. I think you agree, Chris.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah. But Hey Ya and Roses was, it kind of, I guess, maybe would have hindered their street cred a little bit.
You reckon?
But that's all right. They had plenty of it, so they could go
Oh,
off and
yeah.
do this pop thing. And hey, they mastered that as well. So that's just testament.
And they still have like pretty
their ability.
serious like undercoats, those songs. Like,
Yeah, absolutely.
yeah, they're like, but yeah, it's just
I guess that just shows how great artists they
exactly
really
like they
are.
can, you know, popularize like fucking like Mrs. Jackson is about going through a divorce, but you know, it goes off at a club. People
Yeah.
don't fucking think about any of that stuff.
Yeah.
One mo gen for my friend who don't take no bullshit from no bitch who is stank.
So he really doesn't like this girl by the sound of it.
No.
Whoever she is, yeah.
The stank maybe would refer to the smell of her vagina,
Yeah.
or just maybe her general smell. And
Yeah.
I would say it's more of a general smell, but I mean, yeah, sure. I mean, we can. we
she's
can
got
go with
some
that.
B.O.
Super precise with the vagina.
You got really
when you
specific.
talk stank, he usually goes hand in hand with pussy.
Does it? Well, like,
From my experience.
Okay.
yeah.
Moving
Once
on.
again,
Who
Kieran's
do you?
on thin ice. Yeah, but yeah, stank. Yeah, she's just a bit of a. She sucks a bit, I guess. I ain't the sugar daddy who will make you. Silly of you to think that I would, but I will lay you.
So he's gonna fuck her, even though he has no intention of ever giving her any wealth.
Yeah.
And also-
He's pointed her out as a gold digger. He knows that she's just after him for his money.
But he's just going to go through with it anyway. Like, he doesn't
Absolutely.
But yeah, he's like, yeah, like I'm not going to be committed to this
Yeah.
relationship at all. Like,
Yeah.
yeah, I think that's it. Down like some bolos. You can throw those. Head till I'm dead. Yes, it's now your broke hose.
Bolos. Is bolo a police term for something?
Oh, well, like from
Like
what
the
I
bolo
got,
hats you're thinking of.
Bolo ties.
Oh no, yeah, bolo ties, not bolo hats.
from what I got, it was like a French word for knife, but that could be wrong. But that makes sense with the throwing those
Yeah.
thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And head till I'm dead. Yes, it's now.
Wait, did you say it's a French word?
I think so. Yeah, from my memory.
And aren't they from the southern states?
Ooh,
Which has a
Which a lot
large
of French
French
sort of-
influence.
yeah.
fuck, man. Is this
deep.
probably our most
Yeah.
researched best episode ever? I think it is. Guys.
It could
think it
possibly
is.
be.
We're really fucking killing it with this one.
Just got to make sure we're recording.
Yeah.
We're all good.
Oh,
Let's not toot our own horns too quickly.
yeah. Let's not have a repeat of last time. Don't get me wrong. To disrespect is not my shit. But if you fall in this category, then use it, bitch. I think he's referring to the previous lines of the gold digging hoe.
I think he could even potentially be referring to rappers that he sees around the place. Like, these rappers are putting out messages of hate and disrespect, whereas Andre's not going to sit here and name artists one by one. Like, there was a whole East Coast versus West Coast thing where people were making diss tracks against... Maybe I'm reading into this too much, but I'll continue with my thought anyway.
Go for it.
Dude, yeah.
So there was this whole East Coast versus West Coast thing where rappers were making diss tracks which blatantly said rappers'
People's
names in it.
Yeah.
Whereas he's like, no, I'm not going to sit here and disrespect people. I'm just going to make solid hip hop, which doesn't fucking cut into other people. Maybe could refer back to the knives as well. I'm not going to knife other people in the back. And, you know, if you're making these kind of things, then you're actually a bit of a bitch.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fuck, that's a hell of a way of looking at it, Kieran. I don't know if you're wrong or right. I guess it's
I'm
the
probably
beauty,
very wrong, but
it's the beauty of the show.
No, but I hope you are right, because that sounds really...
unless
yeah,
we ever
sounds
get a
really good.
shout out directly from Big Boy and
oh man,
Andre,
that would make my
would-
life.
guys, if you're listening,
We could end the podcast right now.
listen, you can create the ending of this show just by
You can hootie who this show.
if you call me on my mobile, which is I'm not gonna say just in case there's any.
You'll cop all the fucking hate that's directed at me for saying all the things I have today.
Yeah, you were really skating around some dodgy stuff there,
Really
buddy.
digging yourself out of that hole. Yeah.
Nah, you know
Gonna be
what?
digging for the rest of my life.
We never aim to offend. If we
No,
do,
of course not.
No.
it's inadvertently, and it's just. As for today, I'm gonna just quickly say the word of the week was gonna be Hootie Who. I think just it seems like a no-brainer.
Yeah.
And my BPM score, I'm gonna give it a fucking 490. I think
It's pretty good.
I love this song. I think it's dope.
I'm going to give it a 480. I love it, but it's just below Ain't No Thing in my OutKast books. But yeah, don't let me discredit the track at all. It's it's a fucking dope song.
They go like, yeah, it's hard. It's like hard to choose even your favorite song from the album, let alone of all
Your
time.
favorite album of OutKast.
Yeah, because like, fuck, man. Even like Love Below and Speakerbox. There's some sick songs in my opinion.
I'll probably just give it I'm going to give it a clean 400.
400.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, like, I like it. It's a good track. It doesn't, get my my hairs rising like with you guys, but I still really like it. Like, it's a good track. It's fun. I like the lyrics.
Cool.
Yeah, I think 400's good.
Yeah, it's a fair.
Fair enough.
It's still
Yeah.
a solid score.
Yeah.
Wait till we ever get into some Aussie hip hop. We're going to be giving them some low 50s.
Yeah, let's not even waste an episode on
do we
that.
ever delve into
Oh,
Aussie hip hop?
Guys, I want to do it one time.
Just
Okay,
for
alright,
shits and giggles.
People, if we have any listeners around the world, they need to listen to what we have, like what
Do
we
they,
bring to
though?
their
Do
plate.
they
I
need
think
to-
they fucking do, dude. Like,
Yeah.
Nosebleed section, everyone's got to listen to it.
All right, now come on, that is a great song.
Yeah, that's why I think if we ever do it, probably be Nosebleed section.
Yeah.
Or Get Your Buff on.
I've never heard Get Your Buff On,
It's
but I'm
by
excited.
Bliss and Esso. It's actually pretty cool. I quite like it.
I'm excited
Like,
for
I
this.
genuinely
Yeah.
like that song. It's horrible, but I still like it. And you know what sucks though? Like, can we do grime? Because apparently,
Yeah,
like,
absolutely.
Yeah, of course.
yeah, because that's like it's not because you can't consider that rap, but it's under the hip hop bracket, I guess.
Yeah,
I think
I don't
that's
think
perfectly fine, yeah.
we should be specifically focused on just like the gangster rap genre.
Oh no,
rap in general, and maybe we could even expand. I don't know if our listeners like it. Sorry, our listener, or just us. We like it.
And
at this point, we love doing the show, so it doesn't really fucking even matter if anyone listens.
and Jar,
It's a
if
good
you've
way
got
to
any,
bond.
Jar, if you've got any suggestions, just send it through.
If you'd like us to do one of your songs,
Yeah.
we'd be more
Or
than happy
actually, I shouldn't tell you this because obviously for the viewers, when one person researches, the other people go in blind. It's kind of the fun of the show. But I did hear a pretty sweet Red Meth song the other day from Blackout 1 where Ja Rule's on it. And he was pretty tight on it as well.
to. Oh,
Okay, nice.
So if we wanted like a reputable Ja Rule song, I fucking got one in the bank.
perfect.
All right.
So
Sounds
you're going to have
good.
to wait for 3 episodes to hear that, listeners.
It probably won't be in 3 episodes. And if I do a Red Meth song, I kind of feel like I'll probably do like one I like more, but it's a bit rough, isn't it?
Yeah.
For Jar.
For Jar,
For Jar,
yeah,
yeah.
it's mainly for Jar. Maybe we should just do a fucking solo Jar song. I'm sure there's one out there.
There's got to be a good one out
Love
there.
living it up to say,
I was about to sing that exact song. Just before we go, I'd like to give a shout out to the Radio Hub here in Alexandria, Sydney. They've been so gracious as to give us their beautiful studios, and that's how you hear our ugly voices every week.
Yeah, thanks, guys.
Thanks for
Radio
remembering
Hub.
that, Kieran.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah, thanks to the guys at Radio Hub.
Bushy and Silk, you're absolute legends.
They're fucking
Yeah.
legends. And check out the Radio Hub website if you ever have interest in podcasting, because these guys will help you do it,
Yeah,
just like us.
definitely.
We
helped
started
us,
with
yeah.
nothing. We
And
still
we
got
still have nothing.
We still got nothing.
We still got nothing, but we're having a great time, aren't we, guys?
That's it. All smiles here.
Yeah.
All right, stay tuned to next week's episode.
Yeah.
Cool.
All right. See you guys. Thanks.
Peace.
Bye.